you my wrap-up questions.
Sure.
So what is your best lesson that you've had in your 30 years? Or I didn't want to speculate. I know.
Thank you. It gets pathetic when it's over when it's over 20, I've been told. So I say over 20.
Okay, over 20. So much experience, so many cycles. What's the best lesson you've gotten out of all that experience?
Yeah, lower leverage, long-term fixed rates.
Okay.
That is, do not over leverage, and it really is. Your dad has the perfect philosophy for surviving, and that is keep all your assets, prime assets, keep the leverage extremely low.
Okay.
And be smart. The difference, though, is he will not make nearly as much money as somebody who leverages higher and takes a higher risk.
Right.
Of those people who will leverage higher and take a higher risk, a third, a half, maybe more will lose it all.
Wow.
But of those who have done it right and are able to hop off, it's musical chairs, right?
Yeah.
Get their fannies into a chair immediately when the music stops.
Mm-hmm.
They'll generally be fine and they'll make more money because they've leveraged more.
I've heard it said that it's really a game of luck when you leverage a lot. You never know when, like,
It's
the musical
chairs.
Yeah, it's another way to put it. It's very true.
Yeah.
So for the second question, and you know, it's an honor knowing you. The way you've built your career, you joined George Elkins in 1992. You ended up buying it out with a group of investors and then selling it to Walker Dunlop. I mean, and now you're vice president there, or managing director. What are your 3 key daily habits that have helped you get success? Or just what's your mantra, I guess, to help you achieve so much in your life?
That's number one, thank you for saying that. It's very flattering and I appreciate it. You and I have been friends for a while, so that means a lot to me. Get good at something where you are better than most people in your industry.
Okay.
And the longevity helps, but unless you are really up to date and sharp on the changes, because when I started in this business, there were no computers, there were no fax machines, there were no HPs. Everything was mailed overnight, and it just things changed. So what I have learned is I have to surround myself with people smarter than me. I've got certain fundamental strengths that I am, in my mind, very good at, and I have a myriad of weaknesses. And I must have people that I work with who can handle the weaknesses. And the weaknesses are generally technical for me. I'm just not a technical wonk. And I could learn it, and I've got some friends my age who have learned it, but I can leverage better if I have people who are smarter than me who totally understand that, and I can leverage them off of a whole area that I would need to learn, and I can continue going out and focusing on the areas that I'm strong in.
Right. Okay.
So I guess the long and the short of it is, be realistic with your skill set, and if it is not at the top of your market, it may not be what you should be doing.
Right. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's an exploration for everybody.
Yeah, it really is an exploration. We all find out.
You know, I read today, I don't know, it was a quote. It was Picasso, I think, that said it, that I think the finding what you're good at is like the mission of life, and then giving it away to other people is the meaning of life, something like that.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I'm probably butchering it, but it was, I wanted to revisit it. It was in the passing of the day that I saw it.
Yeah. Well, you don't get good. You're just not good at something immediately.
Yeah.
It's got to be interesting to you before before you can even learn about something. It's got to be interesting. I always wanted to be a doctor, but I couldn't pass chemistry for the life of me. It just was gibberish to me.
Yeah.
All the symbols and the way that everything worked. Law school was fascinating. I loved it. I see in pictures, and I see. When I look at a property, I can see the numbers in my head and run them in my head because I've done it so much. But that's just the way that I am. So if I'm trying to figure out what I'm good at, I'm visual.
Right.
And I'm really, really good at very simple math that I can do in my head.
Yeah.
And I like 9-inning baseball. And I like, in particular, playing 12 9-inning baseball games at once. And that is what real estate finance is.
Why 9?
Because it's got a beginning and and an end.
Right.
It's a 9-inning game. It can go to extra innings if it's a particularly long transaction or it's a problem or this, but it's got a lifespan.
Right.
And so I love working on multiple transactions, as we talked about in the beginning.
Yeah.
Anywhere from an outpad in Fresno to a $500 million stock co-op. They're all as interesting to me.
Yeah, really, that's interesting.
Oh, they really are. Particularly, working with you as you're going out and getting into new deals. I'm thinking, I love the way that you think. I love your enthusiasm, and it's really important to me that you get the right type of structure, and that you understand what you're doing. And so that's a joy to me.
Well,
working with you and stuff like that.
It's over at signetinvestments.com. There you'll have access to our full podcast and articles archives. Also, if you subscribe there, you'll get new updates sent straight to your inbox. You can also find us across all social media platforms. Our handle is Signet Investing. Thank you, and invest wisely.